hope you'll never stray. I try and every time it's all in vain. And when you say you love me, it's only for today. And as the glow of new love fades, the simple spell is bound to break. Love's not always here to stay. Fickle as the wind that changes daily, the world keeps breaking its promises. All the foolish games we play, castles in the air and paper daydreams, but you keep breaking your promises. And when the day is over, I'll know the end is near. When every star above has disappeared, I will remember clearly how I was once in your embrace. And as the moonlight fades away, I'll find you weren't here to stay. Love's not always here to stay. Fickle as the wind that changes daily, the world keeps breaking its promises. All the foolish games we play, guaranteed to leave me lost and crazy, but you keep breaking your promises. All the foolish games we play, castles in the air and paper daydreams, but you keep breaking your promises. Your promises to me, your promises to me, your promises to me, your promises to me. J'ai faim de toi, tu sais que j'ai besoin. J'ai faim, oui j'ai faim de toi, pardonne-toi pour moi.
Teacher, teacher, cut my pubes. Teacher, let them stick like glue.
Teacher, teacher, my pubes are long. I gotta cut it.
Teacher, cut them.
Teacher, teacher, I gotta hold it.
Teacher,
I need
teacher,
to
I
use
gotta
it.
use it.
Teacher, I need to use it. I need the
No, it's like
scissors.
this. Teacher, I
It's
gotta
like
use
this.
it.
Look, it's like this.
Teacher.
It's like this. No, it's like this. Teacher, I gotta use it. My pubes.
It's like his penis going up and down. And it's like
not
it's
his
like
penis.
it's like it has an emergency that it needs to get its pubes cut.
Oh, I thought it was more just like
I mean, it's
I thought
scissors.
these are
Yes.
scissors.
No, it is, but it also calls to mind like a worried penis.
Well, hello and welcome to Totally Tell Me, a weekly entertainment review podcast where we talk about movies, music, food, and fun. My name's Dominic Mercurio, and I'm here with, in case you didn't already get the gist, double the Weinbachs today. Let's start with the first Weinbach, which is my co-host, Laura Weinbach.
Hello, hi, how are you?
What's up? What's
Good to
up?
see ya.
And the double patty for the evening will be the Brent Weinbach.
And the double patty. And this is the trembling penis right here. The double patty with a trembling penis. I remember back in Ireland, my penis used to tremble such as this. And I would get my mother's shears and I would cut my pubes.
You have to order me 2 double Irish patties with a penis on the side. Cut the pubes, would you?
Order an Irish patty.
Brent, if you don't know him, is not only Laura's sister, but also a comedian.
He's also my sister.
I'm not
did I say
Laura's sister? I'm not only Laura's sister, I'm also her
grandmother.
I'm also her hair cutter, her barber. I'm her stylist. I'm not only her sister, but we partners.
Oh, partners
He's
too.
Not only my sister, he's
Hot damn.
Patty. He's
Hot diggity dang.
I'm not her sister. I'm her twin.
Things are getting wild in quarantine. Didn't realize that you took on so many roles. You really bumped up in her life.
Yeah, you know how we do it out here.
Look, we're here. We're live. We're currently live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So welcome everybody. If you're watching along live, welcome. And if you're watching later, you missed it. You blew it. But if you want to catch the next one live, we're here every 2 weeks, every 2 Sundays at 7 p.m. Our next show will be October 25th, 7 p.m. with Kendra McKinley, which I'm really excited about. But today we have Brent Weinbach, as I previously stated. Brent, how you been? How you been?
Oh, I've been fine, just doing my little thingy thing and the funky brunch.
So is this a couch? I haven't really gotten much of a sense of your space yet.
Oh, the delivery's here. Hold on.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Brent got some food. He's getting some food. So just give him just 1 second, but he'll be right back to explain who he is. But Laura, oh, by the way, actually, what we could talk about real quick here is the music that everybody just heard was a Laura and Anton track called Castles in the Air, which just came out. You are the Laura of that, so perhaps you want to say a few momentary words on it.
I am. Let's see. Well, it's a new song release that Anton and I just put out under the Laura and Anton project / moniker. And it's the first in monthly regular releases that we're going to be doing. So we're going to be releasing one new song a month, new recording a month for a while, under both Laura and Anton and Foxtails Brigade. So the next release is going to be a week from this Tuesday, coming from Foxtails Brigade, and that will be the first Foxtails Brigade original song release that we have put out in, well, I guess we did release one new song last year in December of 2019, but we haven't released new music in quite some time, I feel like. And that release, I felt like kind of went under the radar a little. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, we'll get some traction going and people will be able to enjoy some new Foxtails material and Laura and Anton stuff. And I feel really happy about this recording. Sorry, go ahead. What?
No, I didn't mean to cut you off, but have you? Is it announced what the song is, or are we not allowed to say that yet?
I have not announced.
Okay,
I haven't officially announced that yet, but
cool. Well, it's a good one. I'll tell you that much. Song.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm glad that you're happy with how it turned out. And Dominic is also featured on the song, of course, and but on the Foxtails Brigade one. But this one, Castles in the Air, I just to say a little bit about the recording, I'm really happy about how the arrangement came out, and I feel like Anton is really shines on this one as an arranger, and I just thought it was beautiful. So I feel proud of it, and he particularly liked my performance on it, so I'm glad that we're both happy with each other's contributions to this recording. So, and it sounds like an old, for those who haven't heard it yet, it sounds a lot like an old. No, oh wait, unless they're just now tuning in. But
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Right. So whatever. Anyway, I guess you guys can check it out. But it has it sounds like an old 1950s like orchestral, pop jazz song, but it's actually brand new, and we just wrote and recorded it. So hope you guys like it.
I mean, as a third party, I'll just say it sounds gorgeous. I love it. You should definitely
Thank
listen
you.
to it if you missed it at the beginning of the episode. Just
And
scroll on
Dominic
back.
doesn't even like jazz.
I like jazz. I just
Not
like
really.
No, I do.
You
I
don't
do.
really like the Laura and Anton stuff, but you like this one, so
Actually, I've grown. I've grown as a person. I've grown as a man.
Really?
And I
Did
think
your
like
pubes
more
grow?
and more, I do like the Laura and Anton stuff. I
So
mean, not like I never didn't though, but
since you've grown as a man, does that mean you need a little bit of?
I do. I mean, it is getting dick long. That's for sure. I mean, like, do you get like an inch or two, or what do you normally do when you go to the dickest?
When I go to the dickest?
The dickest, yeah, the one who cuts the dick.
Well, when my dick gets too long, I go to the barber. I say, look, just trim a little off the top.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
Chris Flieger
I-
just
I
said
usually-
Dom's mic is dick loud. Laura and Brent's mic are dick soft. Okay.
oh,
I did turn down my mic a bit. Actually, I should probably turn it down a little more. It seems like I'm.
oh,
still
okay. Do you want me to stay? You want me to stay as I am?
probably stay
Okay,
as you were?
Flieger, keep
come
us
as you were.
posted on how stuff
Come
is
as we
sounding.
are.
Yeah,
and,
actually, that is very helpful.
translating.
Hey, or where's
for
the
tuning
link?
in, by the way.
Dominic, I can post it. I can post. Where's the link? I could just send it. Put it out.
Post that ass.
Yeah, post
Put it
that
on
shit.
Twitter. Yeah.
So go on Facebook, the Totally Tell Me Facebook page, Brent, and then just get it from there.
It's
Go to
facebook.com
share.
slash totally tell me.
Oh, you don't want it unless you don't want to share it on Facebook or whatever. But I don't know.
But yeah,
Oh,
share,
I could do that. Yeah. Whatever.
share,
Whatever.
just tell people to go to facebook.com slash totally tell me, and then that's wherever you want to share
Oh,
that
yeah.
information is good. Yeah, Laura.
You
Oh,
on
actually,
Facebook?
yeah, it's on Facebook.
Okay.
It's on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, but let's just share the Facebook link.
Oh,
to
I
make
can
it
just
easy.
do this. I think. I see it on here, so I could just share it.
Yeah, that also works. Steph says you deserve a Grammy, Laura.
Thank you. I just
Look
saw
at
that.
that.
I know. I
Aw.
appreciate that. That is very
How ever so
sweet.
sweet.
Laura, you
Let's
also-
make that happen.
But you know what she means by that is that you deserve a graham cracker. That's a nickname for a graham cracker.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Or you
that-
deserve a graham cracker.
I actually
Thank
think
you, Patty, sir.
I think you deserve a grandmother. I think you deserve a grandmother
Okay.
and a graham cracker.
Okay. Good. I'll take
I mean,
it.
it's just something to
Would
consider.
love all three. I'll take all three of those options.
I don't understand how to share this.
There's usually like a little share.
Yeah, it says share right there. We're under the Totally Tell Me is live thing.
Yeah, where?
So look at that. Okay, see it? It's next to comment where it says share.
I'm trying to look.
Oh my god! Did you
trying
see
to-
how you can like a thing or you could comment on a thing? You can also
Oh,
share.
I got
You
it.
can
I
share
got
a
it, I
thing.
got it. Oh wow, it's so funny. I look all like you guys are so
I think
big.
I
I'm so
just found my
small.
grandma.
I'm so small.
She's named Brent.
Oh, it's
Weinbach.
only no. You're good. You're good. I mean, you're a little bigger now. I mean, you're actually like kind of. I mean, a little dick big now. It's like
I'm a little bit. I need to get bigger.
you need to get a trim.
I need to get. No, I got to get an extension.
I think you got an Extends. I think that is one of those brands, isn't it? Extends. I think
Depends.
Extends is the Dick Extend brand.
Yes, extends. I know. I love extends.
Yeah,
Extends.
I can't say enough good things about it, to be honest.
Oh, I simply love extends.
Yeah, I mean, Extends, if you want to sponsor us, we'll absolutely take it. So hit me up, totallytellme@gmail.com. We'll make an arrangement. But anyways, I think we should let's
Okay, so sorry. I mean, I had food.
No,
I
it's
had
all
ordered
good.
something. I
What did
actually
you
tried to
get?
point-
Yeah, actually, I would
I
like to
got
know.
I got bouillon. You know bouillon?
Bouillon Rouge.
I was gonna say
Bouillon
Bouillon
Rouge.
Rouge.
It's a kind of like it's a vegetarian Thai kind of Pan Asian. Well, it's more Thai, I guess.
Mhm.
Place, and I got some really good stuff. This really good snap pea salad that has
Oh
this
yeah.
coconut cream that goes on it, and I got some sticky rices. And I got
love a
some.
sticky rice.
Damn.
And I got some.
Wait, when you
that's-
say you got sticky rices, are there different kinds of sticky rices that you got?
I got that
Like a-
sticky icky. I got that purple urple. I
Mm.
got that train wreck. I got the chaos orb. No, I got no, I just got I got 2 pouches of sticky rice, but I also got this green curry fried rice.
Mm.
Oh
And,
hell yeah.
Oh, fried?
also- yeah,
That's the good stuff.
I didn't know you were a fried type of guy these days.
could be.
Wow.
So are you telling me you got fried rice and
You
coconut
must be
rice?
growing. You must
No,
be
sticky
growing as
rice.
a man.
I'm
sticky
growing as
rice,
a
yeah.
man, and I need such a trim. But I got sticky rice, fried.
But if you fuck with it, you will no longer be recognizable as a man. Carry on.
By the way, I just realized this is all about circumcision, isn't it?
This episode,
Teacher,
yeah.
teacher, I gotta cut it. Like that's.
Oh, I thought that's what it. Yeah.
What?
Well, we were
wait,
originally talking about pubic hairs, but then it became talking about cutting the penis down a little bit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I never meant it to be that.
Well,
Circumcision.
anyway, check this out. I
You're
also
just
got
showed it. Anyway, check this out.
right, exactly.
Exactly.
That's a good way to get banned on all platforms.
I got this crispy rice as well.
Mm.
I got 3 different rices.
Damn. I mean, so you're
Wow.
basically just eating rice and then with a side of curry.
Well, no, it's not curry. It's curry fried rice.
Oh, okay.
It's a
curry.
fried rice. It's fried with curry.
Right on.
And I got crispy rice salad. I got snap pea.
Oh my
kind of
God, you
stuff.
got so much stuff for one small boy.
Do you make this as one meal or?
That's gonna last 3 days.
Okay. See, yeah,
Really?
that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
Man, I'm hungry now. I want to get some.
I know. Well, I'm hungry too. I kind of didn't time this right. I actually tried to make it come.
You said come.
I tried it. I
I
wanted
tried
to
to make it come.
teacher. I gotta make it come. I gotta make it come. It's trembling. Teacher.
You're able
My
to do
penis-
that. Oh, there we go.
My penis is trembling. I gotta make it come. Teacher.
5 minutes. 5 minutes is all I need.
The way you have your thumb sticking out from between your middle and fourth finger makes it look like balls.
That's part of it. Actually, you know what this you know what this reminds me of? People's stupid nose hanging outside of their mask when they don't put their mask on all the time, you know? You know what I mean?
That's what it reminds you of? Their
This
nose
right here,
hanging out of their
that's
mouth. I
somebody's
see what you
dumb
mean.
nose sticking out of a mask when they don't cover their face all the way. It's just a stupid.
Right.
It's like it reminds me
I
of a
saw
penis.
that yesterday.
It reminds me of a penis. It makes when I see people with their nose sticking out of their mask, I just think, put your dick away.
Yeah, it is offensive.
You know?
They should blur
Hide your
that.
dick. It just they should. I mean, it's obscene actually.
It
It's
is
so
obscene.
obscene to see someone's nose stick. They look actually stupid, to be honest.
Mhm.
If you don't
Now,
have,
how
if
often
have
are you
a
guys
nose-
switching your masks? Because I've been rocking
Yeah.
2 masks this whole time.
I have this N95, and
Oh, you do?
I've been using it for a while. Yeah.
How'd you get
Okay.
that?
I've been using
My
it for a
friend sent it to me,
while.
Andrew Michon.
What?
Andrew Michon sent it.
Really?
Oh, sick.
Hook me up.
He sent me 3 of them.
No. Oh,
So,
wow.
but do you rotate?
No,
I guess I'm wondering, like, how many masks have
You're
you gone
supposed-
through in this now 8 month or so?
2.
Well, they say
See, me
that the
too.
masks-
Me too.
3.
3. Okay,
They,
Laura, what
they
about you?
say that masks are supposed to be changed like underwear. So it's actually no surprise that you were reminded of a penis when you saw the nose sticking out of it. But
How many have you gone
There
through,
you go.
Laura?
Actually, there is
no,
something sort of diaper-like about.
Well,
having
definitely.
it actually reminds me of some sort of nasty thong underwear.
No, you know what's
like-
funny is I went to Trader Joe's today and they have their own like masks that they make, and I think they give the workers their 3 options, and one of them it looks
Hold
like
on.
a 1980s tank top like on the face. It's kind of got this tank top look, and it's funny. But yeah, no, I've had 2. And
See, look, I guess-
I washed them. I
I
washed
mean, I
them.
watched them too, yeah. But
Well, I don't have washable ones. Mine are disposable, but I use them over and over again.
Right. That's not well. I think it. I don't know. It doesn't. They say that it's. Yeah. You're not supposed to like touch the outside of it and then touch other stuff.
That's what I do with my
I feel
diaper
like-
too.
Right.
It's supposed to be disposable, but I just keep using it.
Steph says
You know-
I wear someone who's
What
tuning
about your
in.
underwear?
Steph says I wear a half a Wonder Bra as a mask. So how about that?
Huh.
There's an option for you, Laura, specifically.
That
There
could
is
be.
such a thing.
Yeah. Well, there were people that were wearing maxi pads as masks and such.
Really?
Oh my
Yes.
God.
That was
Wow.
a thing in the beginning. They showed that in like China they were doing that.
I used
Really?
to wear
It was actually it was like sad because they didn't have access to regular masks. So
yeah. Masks were. It's kind of crazy how much stuff goes out of, or becomes scarce. Like the right now I can't find toilet bowl cleaner.
really,
Yeah, I looked
Really?
for toilet bowl cleaner. There wasn't any at the store, and I went to 2 stores.
interesting.
I have not
Very
experienced such
awkward.
a shortage.
You could easily get that on. Well, I mean, Amazon.
I gotta clean my toilet. Teacher, I gotta clean it. My toilet. Teacher, need to clean it.
This is like you raising your hand or something. You're like, "Excuse me."
Exactly. This is the new. This is the new this. you know?
Teacher, the
This is the new.
toilet.
This is the new this.
Okay, if for those who don't know what this is all about, this all came from my experience as a substitute teacher when I taught a second grade class, and this is what the kids were told to do when they had to go to the bathroom. They had to raise their hand like this and go, "Teacher, I gotta use it."
Well, there you go.
Because I was actually trying to get this going myself as like a new way of saying goodbye or something, or as a new signal to just mean like it's almost like in a way a new peace sign of sorts. I would just go like this. See this? The
It's funny
fingers
'cause
have
it's
to be
it
lined up
doesn't
like
yeah.
fingers have to be lined up like this. So actually, that could be kind of more lined up like this. They were unicorns.
Oh, hey, I can
They
do
were
that.
unicorns.
Maybe.
Unicorns, Dominic.
That's for the
They
hardcore
were
fans.
unicorns.
Dominic doesn't
Hey.
get that. He
I definitely
hasn't
don't get that, but
You will get it though. You will get it one day.
one day.
Christopher Flieger says Brent needs a booklet of N95 face songs.
Oh yeah.
He wants
Wait,
you to
can you
restock.
supply that, Chris? I think
Yeah.
Christopher could supply that.
What about this right here?
Oh, that's like a
I'm
face
one
grabber.
of you. Wait a second. I'm one of you guys.
Oh, that's from Total Recall.
Yeah.
Of course.
When he
Fuck, I
takes
know.
his
He's
his
like,
hand out of
"Hey
his
man, I'm a fucking mutant."
See
That's
this?
how he says it.
This is how I do
Oh,
an
yeah.
alien
Wow,
hand.
that's pretty good.
That is good. That is something. I mean, that's something.
Wow, I cannot really do that.
You
Oh, wait,
got to be
you're
handy
doing
with the
different.
steel.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be handy with the steel if you know what I mean. You earn your keep.
Speaking
Wait,
of
what's
something,
that from? Right, regulators. Of course.
Regulators, mount up.
so for those tuning in who have no idea what
Can't
the
do
fuck's
it.
going on right now, this is Totally Tell Me. We do eventually review a movie. You know, we also review other things besides movies, but today we will be reviewing a movie. And today's movie is Bill and Ted 3, Face the Music. We're going to get to that in the second half of the episode, so we'll get to that in probably about 15 or 20-ish minutes. But I did also want to ask you guys what sort of movies you guys have been watching, and if there's anything that you wanted to, quick little chit chats, maybe throw it out as something that you'd want to recommend or maybe not recommend. Brent, why don't we start with you? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are movies. What? So
Just to
basically
reiterate
kinda
Brent's
like what the
movement,
last
he
like
went-
6 months or something like that, or basically like what?
Oh yeah, I mean, you could if you want to
Look.
throw out when you saw it, that also works.
Well, no, these are just movies I've seen in the last several months or so, or
There
whatever.
we go.
6 months, maybe even.
6 months.
I'm just going to name off some good movies I've seen.
Name them.
The Red Shoes from 1948. It's Archers, Emmerich Pressburger, Michael Powell.
Your brother was telling me about that, Nikki.
Great. It's probably the best movie I've seen this year. That's not a new movie, you know.
He said as much.
Anatomy of a Murder by Otto Preminger, starring Jimmy Stewart. Rope, Alfred Hitchcock's Rope,
Love
which
it.
is that's my. I had never seen it before. That's my second favorite Hitchcock movie, second to Rear Window.
It's so good.
Which also stars Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy
Are
Stewart's
you
all
a
over the
huge
place.
Are you a huge Alfred Hitchcock fan?
Well, I think Rear Window is great, and Rope is awesome.
Mhm.
You know,
What about like The Birds or Vertigo?
I mean, they're all right. They're cool. You know, they're cool.
I knew
I
you were gonna,
like
knew
those
it. I
movies
knew
a
it.
lot.
I knew it.
Huh?
I
Those
knew
movies
you were
are
gonna
really-
not be as into like like
The what?
those ones.
Those ones are just really cool. I mean, they're just really made really well. But
No, never mind.
Notable thing, quick about Rope before you move on, is that it's all one take too. I mean, as much as they
Seemingly.
could, yeah,
Yeah.
as much as they could back in that day when they had to actually switch the reel. But they do extremely long takes, which is still very impressive. I mean, we're talking like 15, 20-minute long takes, which is
I think the longest take they could do maybe is 10 minutes. You know, I think.
oh, was it 10?
But
Okay,
I think is that's the I think, but I mean, you know, it's very impressive.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's still really the choreography is it's really really well done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people would say that's not one of his best movies. I think it's his second best movie.
do people
But,
say that? I don't. I would agree with you. I think it is. It's up there for sure.
Yeah, people think it's not, and he himself actually thought it was kind of an experiment, and he said it wasn't really an experiment that went well. Or maybe Jimmy Stewart said that. I don't know, but I think people don't seem to revere that movie very much. But I saw what else? I mean, What did I put in that list? I wrote
I'm thinking of Ending Things, which we actually reviewed on this podcast a couple weeks
right.
back.
I'll put my little. I know you guys talked about it. I thought it was really good. I thought it was the best movie I saw. I mean, the best movie that came out this year.
Wow.
That's right.
And,
That's right.
I just thought it was. Not only was it really funny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, not really funny. It was funny, but it was also scary. And it was also. It's just interesting and just kind of thought provoking, and I also related to it in a lot of ways, and I just thought it was cool. I thought it was engaging, and anyway, I liked that. I thought it was really good.
Glad to hear it. And the funny is actually nice to hear too, because I also found it when it was trying to be funny. Of course, obviously it's not always funny, but the moments Toni Collette is hilarious.
Was really funny, and so was David Thewlis. The parents were just really funny in it. The dinner table scene was really funny. I was laughing out loud.
I'll miss it. Me as well. Nikki just wanted to chime in real quick here and say Nikki Weinbach, for those who are in the family. Lakers won. I don't know what that means, but apparently there is a Laker and they won. So
no, they're
something to know.
Yeah,
something to know. Anyways,
I thought it meant Lakers. I thought Lakers are number one. Like Lakers won.
Lakers won. If you hear dinging in the background, that it's because I just ordered sushi. Actually.
Oh wow, you're on the same page.
Wow.
So I'm also getting my food, but I'll eat later.
So you're doing sushi.
We're on the same wavelength.
We are.
We're getting food. We really like.
We like a movie.
Things.
Yeah. It's like we watch movies and we like them. It's like what more? We're more or less brothers, actually.
Right.
Man, I think you guys are twins. Actually,
I think I found a new sister.
You found a new twin.
I think I found a new sister. I think sisterhood here.
Yeah, the two Weinbachs are now me and Brent rather than Laura. So Laura, you can bow out whenever you need to.
You can bow wow. You can bow wow, Laura. Little bow wow.
Little bow wow.
Little bow wow becomes big bow wow, which becomes big balls wow. Mm-hmm. So, Dominic.
Yeah.
Wait, what else did I write down there?
You wrote down Rumblefish.
Oh yeah, Rumblefish. That was cool. I hadn't seen that before. These are all movies I had never seen prior to this. I mean, these are first time viewings. Rumblefish was really good. That was, Francis Ford Coppola, and it's kind of like I don't know, a more artsy sort of Answer to the Outsiders kind of, or something like that. I don't know. It's a really cool, like revisionist rebel without a cause style kind of movie. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And what else did I write down there?
Anatomy of a Murder.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, you said that. Sorry. And well, that's it.
What about Whatever Happened to Baby Jane? I thought that was pretty cool.
You didn't write it down, but I do love that movie.
That was cool.
Movie.
That was cool.
It's a darn good movie.
That was really cool.
It's cool, isn't it?
It was. Well, it's just it's pretty chilling, man. It's pretty good.
I'm surprised that you hadn't seen that like aeons ago.
I know. I'm pretty surprised too. There's a lot of stuff I haven't seen. You know what I mean?
Like, this is the nature of the history of film being 100 years
like name
strong.
a famous movie. I probably haven't seen it.
I feel the same way. I feel like no matter how much you watch movies, there's no way you can even make a dent in.
Well, I was gonna make a joke. I wanted you to say some movie like
Godfather, The Godfather Part 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say something like "Never heard of it," but I was just making a joke. I actually have seen most movies, most important movies. Not a lot of newer movies, but
Laura, what have you been watching?
Sorry, me? Oh, okay. Okay. Last night I decided to pay a revisit to one of my all-time favorite movies, which I haven't watched in many years though, at this point. But Sound of Music. Which I actually didn't finish watching it last night, but I just, the whole first 10 minutes of it, it's kind of crazy because I used to watch this movie on repeat as a child. Okay. I would watch it and then I'd finish it. It's like a 3-hour-long movie or maybe longer. And then I'd rewind it and watch it again. And I did this a lot as a child. I mean, there were certain movies I did this with often. It was that Mary Poppins, Neverending Story, and then in the later years, somewhat later, Beetlejuice and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which we'll talk about later.
But Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, wasn't that more our little brothers thing?
No, I was very much into it. They tagged along, I'd say.
I thought that was more their movie that they watch on repeat.
Well, Nikki's watching, and I'm sure he'll have something to say.
I'm sure he's going to have something to say. But,
right.
I totally watched it, too. I mean, maybe that was something the twins and I sort of shared, but...
There were so many movies that were on repeat. I mean, what's it called? A lot of Disney stuff. Old Yeller was on repeat.
Kind of on repeat. Not so much on repeat. Black Stallion? Not a repeat.
Black Stallion went on quite a bit, I feel like we watched Ghostbusters 2 quite a bit.
That was not on repeat though for me. I mean, like that was
It wasn't
a
the
fun
tape.
one.
We didn't have the tape, but
Yeah, we didn't have the tape.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Sound of Music. I'm very excited to like finish watching that tonight after this show. But that's such a good. So the whole first 10 minutes of this movie, which was interesting, I barely remembered half of what happened, and like just the visual elements of it. I was like, this is not really triggering any memories right now, and I was wondering. It made me wonder if maybe there was some like deleted stuff that they just put in the one that they uploaded on Disney Plus, because I'm watching it via Disney Plus, and I'm like, is this not the same movie I watched as a child, or did I just skip the intro, or what? I don't know. It just sort of, it was interesting. But
what did you say this about? I think you said this about some other classic film that you rewatched. Was it Mary Poppins, maybe?
Oh, hell no.
You
No way.
watched some old classic movie and you were like, I swear to God, there was a scene. Gremlins, maybe? You thought there was like some weird quote that was in it.
Gremlins? No.
Maybe not Gremlins, but there was. Forget it. There was an older episode, I swear to Mother of Christ, that you said.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
You better ask her for some forgiveness right now.
I think you're thinking about not Gremlins, but Gremlins, which is about graham cracker.
The Grammys.
Like, Laura needs to get a
I'm up
graham
for
cracker.
one.
Does need a graham
No,
cracker.
I wish.
I will chime in here real quick though. Nikki has spoken, and he says,
That's to be expected.
Nikki, he's spoken.
Nikki.
Nikki spoken.
"Oh, that works. Yeah, that totally works."
It
He's-
totally works. Well, that's what
totally,
that song
totally
is
tell me about how it works.
Okay, so
he
what
says
did Nikki
more,
speak?
He speaks more of a Max and Nikki thing. That's all he speaks.
Oh, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I mean,
I
Trust
remember
me,
that.
I was deep
said
into
it.
it, okay?
I remember
I
that
was,
being-
as you would say, balls deep into it. I don't really
No, I
say
remember
that, but-
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure being something that they were more. That was
They
their
liked
repeat
it.
tape where they would rewind it and just play it again.
Mm.
And I feel like I never really did that with many movies.
You didn't
but I
do
think-
that with movies.
But I think Laura did that with Mary Poppins, and Sound
of
of Music was one of those. But Mary Poppins was really hardcore on repeat.
I did that with Nightmare Before Christmas. I would watch that
Oh,
movie
really?
multiple
So
times.
you're gonna
in
say
a day.
Nightmare on Elm? I did that with Nightmare on Elm Street when I was around 5.
Yeah, 4 or
I
5.
just-
Really
I did that with
impression.
Hellraiser 1
Yeah.
or Hellraiser. I did that with I did that with Chainsaw
When I-
Texas Massacre when I was ages 2 through 20. It was just every
I
day
did
of
go
my
out.
life.
I did that with Nymphomaniacs ages 1 through 5. I feel like
Yeah.
that was my main repeat sort of.
I did
Somehow-
that with Salo, 120 Days of
Salo.
Sodom. when
I
was,
did that
like,
with
3 years
Gigi
old,
Allen
repeat.
live and uncut on.
I
did
actually
that
with
reached
Pink
an
Flam-
era.
I
I
did
did
that
that
with
with
Hated.
Pink Flamingos. Oh yeah, hated
I did that with Hated. I did that with
hated
in the
Gigi
realm
Allen
of
live.
the senses.
You know what movie I would
I
would
did
put
that
on
with
repeat
Pink
over?
Flamingos as a roughly ages 2 to 3. If I can remember.
Sorry, Dominic.
It's
What
hard.
would you do that with? Go
What?
ahead.
I feel like I could do that with Mother. I feel like this era is now like my Mother
Really?
era. Yeah.
Oh my god, I could not do that. With
I could
Mother.
rewatch over and over.
I mean, I liked Mother. I appreciate it, but I would certainly not watch that on repeat.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, the one with
But
Albert,
I'll tell
Albert
you what-
Brooks, Albert Brooks, and Debbie Reynolds. Yeah, I'd see that on
Absolutely,
repeat. I would
absolutely.
do
I'll tell
that.
you what I do. I would watch on repeat now is
Hmm.
Little Women.
Oh God, I mean, yeah.
So good. But
Laura,
okay,
what else
so
have you
let me
seen?
finish what else I-
Let's
okay.
let's get on
So
up
that,
in there.
okay. Gerald's Game. Did you know about that movie? The new Stephen King. It's kind of new. It's not that.
Well, it's not
new.
that
It
new,
came
yeah.
out. It came out like last year, I think.
A couple years ago.
Did
I
you
think
watch
2018. No, but I've heard someone has recommended it to me. So what did you
that?
think?
It's didn't realize it was a Stephen King movie while we were watching it, but it was something that Anton was like, "Oh, we should watch this movie," and he's like, "Oh, it's going to be like a thriller or kind of psychological thriller or something." I was like, "Oh, it sounds good," And well, it was interesting because it took some turns that I didn't expect, and then I'll say this, like I didn't love it, but it had some really interesting, very scary moments that
I
I think
like
both
that.
of you guys would be into in a way.
I don't like to be scared.
No, but not scary. I mean, it was like David Lynchian, I would say, at moments.
That's even
at
worse.
times. But you like that. But you do like that, though.
I kind of like it, but it is so scary, though.
I mean, yes, there were these moments in this movie that were like so scary that freaked me out. But I was also like, I don't know. It had some other themes that I wasn't as engaged with. I mean, I was engaged, but it just, it was one of the more fun movies I've seen recently. I also watched The Billionaire Boys Club the other night, just as a random, just sort of try it type of thing, which was kind of fun. It's a movie about this investment kind of club, this social club that was like organized by this guy Joseph Hunt in the 80s, and like basically it was kind of built on a bunch of lies. Like he was saying that he could turn people's money, he could like double it in a week or something like that, or like get 50% in like profit in a week. And so he managed to get all these people to invest in this club called the BBC or whatever, and it just became like, it started to like snowball into a just crazy situation that went out of control. And it's a fun movie though. I mean, I thought it was fun. And it's got Kevin Spacey in it, and I guess it did really poorly when it came out because it was like right when all that stuff was coming out about Kevin Spacey, like all the allegations and stuff.
Oh, I think we do know.
Yeah, and so I think that probably did not help this movie at all. But because it got like a really low score on Rotten Tomatoes, but I feel like if it wasn't for that people might have actually liked this movie more.
Maybe even loved it.
Maybe, I don't know about loved it, but. Yeah, it was cool. And I also watched this movie, Mary Shelley, recently. These are just movies I watched in like the last couple weeks. Mm-hmm. So I'm not talking 6 months here, as you did, Brent. But
well, yeah. Well, that's because we'll get to this as another topic.
Fine.
I haven't been watching as many movies lately because I've been doing something else.
Yeah, I want to get to something else. So let's. I'm going to briefly just say that I have watched The Devil All the Time. On Netflix, which stars Robert Pattinson and Tom Holland. So it's a total Twink Fest for those who are looking for the latest Twink Fest.
Oh, Twinks.
Here it comes.
Okay. I was thinking about them the other day.
You were thinking about the Twinks, yeah. Well, they're both prime Twinks. They're Twinks in their prime, and they've teamed up for the biggest Twink Fest this side of Pornhub, really. But anyways, Devil All the Time. I actually thought it was really good. It's on Netflix. It's like a dark drama, crime drama, and Robert Pattinson is really good in it. Tom Holland plays. Tom Holland was probably the more main character, but it kind of spans his whole life. So you see him as a little kid, and then there's kind of like flash forwards, and I don't want to give away too much, but it's I don't know. It's just like a really engaging dark drama that is definitely like a slow burn, so you have to be in the mood for that. But if you are, I would say this is actually up there as one of my favorites of the year. So
if you like feeling the burn, then you recommend it?
Absolutely, yeah. If you want a burning sensation, this is.
If you're a Bernie
this is your
Sanders
movie.
supporter, watch this movie.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. But I do want to talk about some other stuff that ain't movies. If you get my drift.
Okay.
Brent, what's been going on outside of your movie watching lately?
What I'm trying to think.
I mean, I see here that you've been talking about Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's, yeah, man. It's one of these situations here. One of those.
AKA,
is that a dick out?
Nose sticking? No, that's a nose sticking out of a.
Okay, that's like a
half
sideways
sports
nose.
bra.
This is what happened at. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to do this the right way, like that, actually.
I mean, at that point,
that's
we're
a
talking.
dick.
What happened is this is what happened. Okay. This is what happened.
It's a lump.
I go into Jersey Mike to pick up. I made an order for 3 sandwiches. I go in there to pick it up. Those 3 sandwiches are going to last me 3 days. Is the thing,
Oh, you bulk order all the time. This is like your thing.
I try when I order food. I try to make it last a few days. So
He
I
orders
can
in bulk.
Just during this time, I'm trying to just. I want to order as little as possible in a sense, but I can't order too much stuff or it's going to go bad. But anyway, I ordered these 3 sandwiches. I go in there to pick it up, and the lady behind the counter, she's got her nose sticking out, and she's the one who I assume made the sandwiches. Wow. And that kind of disturbed me. It made me feel uneasy about the sandwiches. And I like Jersey Mike's. I like Mike's way, I like how Mike does it. I like doing it Mike's way,
Spices, oil, vinegar.
They drenched that. And
Wait, you like Mike, do you like a pony?
Well, what I love is my first Sony.
There you go.
PlayStation.
I like pizza. I also like pizza pie, and then I also guess I like macaroni. But what I love is my first Sony.
There
PlayStation.
you go.
Wait,
Your first
is that
Sony
what it is?
PlayStation.
My first Sony.
No, it's a,
I like
So you get it Mike's way. You get it Mike's way.
I like no anyway. I like it Mike's way, and anyway, but what I
Mike's
don't
way.
like is a nose sticking out, a penis sticking out of there. So anyway, I called them up, and I said, anyway, my point is we already talked about this, but basically, people. Well, I felt uneasy about eating it. I called them. I asked them. I said, hey, when I picked up the sandwiches, the woman there had her nose sticking out of the mask. I said, do you know if that was sticking out of the mask when she made the sandwiches? And he said, yeah, oh yeah, we take it very seriously. I mean, just to get a breather when we're not making the sandwiches, we might take the mask off or, take the nose out, to
Oh,
get
that's some bullshit. They're just covering their asses.
air out the nose.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just makes me think of a
Air.
penis that needs to be aired out, like, oh yeah, I do the same when I'm out and about, and when I'm not making a sandwich,
I'm not
I
using
pull
my
pants
penis,
down
I
and
air it
take my
out.
penis out of my fly and I let that air out for a little bit, just for a breather. But
I think it is a good way to remember. Like, just remember, oh, my penis is away, so I should put my nose away.
I just wonder if he was just saying that to appease me, but
Of course.
look, I went with it and I said, look, I got to believe that that's true. I give him the benefit of the doubt because I want to eat these sandwiches. I don't want to feel uneasy about it. But
Gotta
it
believe.
just leads to a bigger conversation that we already kind of covered with this, but it's just people put your penises away, out of your nose. They look so stupid with their nose sticking out of their mask. I go to the store and I see all these people with their mask just like going like this, and it's like above their face like this, and their nose is sticking out, and it looks so dumb. They just look like dummies with their penises hanging out. Put it away.
Again, not to brag, but I actually don't see that too much in San Francisco. I feel
Oh,
like
I
I
saw
see
it
it all the
yesterday.
time.
I saw it yesterday, like
Okay.
many times.
Okay.
I
Well,
see it all the time.
I speak for the city of San Francisco, and I'm here to say that for the most part,
Oh.
people are bumping it up.
By the way, I heard something really awesome about San Francisco today. I don't know if this is true, but I heard it. I heard that in San Francisco,
that everybody keeps their noses inside their mouths.
no, that you actually will get a what is it called?
COVID.
You get $1,000 a month for keeping your penis in your mask. No, I'm kidding. You
Yeah.
get $1,000 a month. You
I
actually
got the
do.
check.
No, wait. People are getting they're getting the universal basic income if you're an artist.
Really?
No joke.
Oh, really?
$1,000. Yeah.
I should
A
sign
month?
up.
In San Francisco, you should
Wait,
sign up.
$1,000 flat or $1,000 a month?
$1,000 a month, universal.
Now here's
Yeah.
a real universal
You live in
question
San
for you.
Francisco.
What is an artist? Who could sign
That's.
up?
I think
Well,
you probably
somebody
could.
Somebody who works at Subway as opposed to Jersey Mike's.
You know what? Everyone's an artist in some way, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do they determine such a thing?
No. I think that you have to be like, I don't know. There's a way.
You have to make good art.
No.
It's a panel of judges, and they're like, "You suck, so you will not be getting your $1,000."
Well, it's the same as like when you join the Grammys, for example. Like you have to have done a certain amount of work as an artist to be allowed to be even considered to be invited to do the Grammys type of thing. I don't know,
Brent,
but yeah.
When I defecate, I feel it's a sort of creative process, and what is made in the toilet is pretty interesting and thought-provoking.
Well,
Yeah.
Brent, I
Art.
mean, come on. You
Send
straight
it.
up made art out of it. You have a
I have
collection
made
of
art of it.
photos.
So that
You
means if
showcase
I go
them
poo,
before.
then I'm an artist.
You are.
yeah, send those.
No, but
I think
I do
to
have
the
an
San
eye for
Francisco
it.
committee.
Look, your Jersey Mike's woman is an artist.
Well, no, I made the joke earlier about Subway. The people
She's
who
an
work at
artist
Subway
of-
are artists, as opposed to the people who work at.
Are you
at
implying? Are you
Mike's
implying that Subway is a superior sandwich to Jersey Mike's?
No, I'm
Is that what
not
you're
actually. I mean, Jersey Mike is better than Subway.
To
But
Absolutely.
the cookies, but
By
the
a long
cookies at
shot.
Subway, at Subway are better. In
Guys,
fact,
all
okay.
of these are amateur hour at the Apollo, though, compared to
no. Hold on
Johnny
a second.
Chang's or whatever the hell that place is called.
Let me say this:
What's
that
that place called?
the cookies, the chocolate chip cookie at Subway is the best chocolate chip cookie I've ever had in my life.
Oh, shut the hell up!
I know. Shut
I
the
swear,
hell
and I've had a
up.
lot of good
Shut
chocolate
the
chip
hell
cookies.
up.
Oh, girl, shut up.
Girl,
I
you
swear.
ain't seen nothing yet.
No,
Have you ever
I've had a lot
dip?
of really good cookies. I'm telling you.
Brent, you have not had the cookies that Dominic has had before. Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
What do you mean
Dominic?
that
I am-
Dominic has had?
Well, I guess
Dominic,
I
He's had cookies, I feel.
Why is Dominic? Why do you? You haven't had as good of cookies as him?
No, no, I feel
You
like
ain't never
he's,
seen the day.
Wait, hold on. Is Dominic some kind of cookie
he's a cookie monster.
whisperer? He's a
He's some-
Are you a cookie monster?
Are you
I
some kind of cookie monster?
I live damn near close to one of the most delicious cookie shops you could ever imagine. In that noggin of yours, it's called Anthony's Cookies, and I
That's
have
me.
brought. Yeah, that is you.
AKA Tony's Cookies.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
steal them from. I just steal them from Subway.
Yeah, I brought them to Laura though. I think I brought some to your birthday, and they're quite delicious.
They
I
are.
gotta say,
I have to taste it to believe it, but I just
I'll send them to you.
you know a lot of people make these cookies. I go to these. I have these cookies, and I think, yeah, it's good. Not as good as Subway.
I would love to do an
That's
ABV.
absurd.
I think, but Dominic doesn't just have the place next to his house. He always manages to get these cookies every once in a while, and he'll be like, "I just got a cookie," and it was really good.
I gotta say another one that I just have
We're
found out
always
about.
getting cookies. I feel like.
Buy Right. Buy Right makes cookies.
I don't doubt it.
Holy
doubt it.
shit! Just classic chocolate chip cookie, and then they just
But guys-
sprinkle ever so gently
Salt.
amounts of salt,
Yeah.
and fuck,
Well, of course.
fuck
Fuck
it's
that,
good.
as they say.
Yeah.
Wait, but all of this is amateur
Oh,
hour
sorry.
compared to Mrs. Fields.
Laura,
I
did
would
you
say.
raise your hand? Brent?
First of all, I was just about to say, Laura,
Yeah.
that I got Mrs. Fields cookies, and I genuinely felt that they weren't as good as Subway cookies.
You know, look,
And hold
you
on.
could be right about that.
And the only
Brent?
time that anything ever rivaled Subway, or maybe even was possibly better, maybe, was this restaurant called Bon Vivant in Atwater Village in Los Angeles. They had this cookie there with caramel in it and salt and stuff,
That does
and
not sound
it
good.
really sucked my dick.
Damn.
Touche, as they say. Touche.
I could use that.
So to speak. So to speak. So to speak.
So to speak. Laura, did you want to? What's going on with you in your world, in your life?
Oh, thanks for checking in. Well, I had a couple things. One is that I finally ordered a really interesting sex toy. If you want
And
to
you
know
thought
what
the best time to talk about it is when your brother's on.
I did. You want to
Yeah.
know what it's called?
Absolutely.
It's called a night guard.
Okay. So
It's a
and-
man. It's a man dressed in all leather who stands
man
by
who
your
comes
bed
into the
to
room
make
and
sure
he's-
that nobody comes in. He's like,
No, he
He
comes
wears
by
one
your
of those
bed.
those-
He comes by your bed.
yeah,
and
he,
he-
comes,
It comes at night,
But he
actually.
he
stands
comes
there.
early. He comes early.
No, he stands by your bed and he wears like a he watches you while you sleep to make sure you don't grind your teeth.
And
But
it
Instead
slaps
that
you.
he makes sure that instead of grinding your teeth that you bump and grind.
Mm.
And he also wears like a leather strap on his
Oh, so he
thigh.
forces
No, I'm
you
just kidding.
to fuck. Is what
He
you're
forces
saying.
you to do that bump and grind. No,
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
kidding. It's
He-
it's
he,
not
this is how
really
he
a
said it, Laura.
guy.
He said it like this. He said, "He forced you to do the bumper grind."
I know what I said and how I said it.
You don't know. You did not.
Yes, I do.
Because I'm exaggerating a little bit what you did, but anyway.
Well, I know exactly to the extent of which you were exaggerating.
Sure
But
you
in
do.
any event, I did order the infamous sex toy entitled the Night Guard, and what it is it's like a thing that you put in your mouth to keep you from grinding your teeth.
It's a thing you
I
put in your
thought-
mouth and you suck on it all night.
Yeah.
And
It's a thing you
it's
put in your
supposed to
mouth.
kind of
when-
simulate a penis. And
but yeah, I just thought that would be something
Sleep.
to spice up the old love life.
And you sleep with it in, right? You sleep
yeah,
with
it's
it in.
basically like retainers.
Okay, so you just kind of sleep with it in.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
you're kinda
sleep
like-
with
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So what you mean like when you're sleeping, you kind of
You
like
sleep with it.
you
in.
kind of like you have it in like uh-oh, the night guard.
It's actually
Night guard call.
Night
You heard-
guard's
he's been watching the live stream. He's calling me. He's like, "Don't talk about me like that." He's
the
like,
night guard.
"Stop talking
like-
about me like that."
I'm the night guard.
and it's
Like,
transparent,
comes in at
right?
night.
I
He comes in your bed.
the night guard is transparent. Is
Sorry, I
it
forgot
not?
to
Like
turn the
it's,
ringer off
it's
there.
clear, correct? It's like a clear.
Who's
so you,
calling you? Is
You
it
put
mom?
it in. It's just like
Probably.
right.
Yeah, it's mom calling me. She's like, she's watching the live stream. She's like, "Don't talk about the night guard like that. That looks suggestive." It looks like you might be talking
Oh,
about
actually,
something
you know,
that
mom
protects
is.
your
I
teeth.
think mom is watching. By the way,
Mom
Yeah, she-
is watching. Us.
My mom?
Mom
Mom
is
is
watching.
watching.
All of our moms?
No,
Mom
mine-
is watching us.
yes.
Just like the old days.
No, but she did want to watch. She asked for the link to the show tonight. So if you're out
Oh,
there,
maybe it's
come on.
her saying, "Don't talk about this suggestive stuff."
But anyways, okay. So what I wanted to talk about though was, well, I just wanted to. I mean, I don't know how much time we have, but I was.
Not ever so much, but go ahead.
Okay, all right. So I was intrigued by the death of Eddie Van Halen recently, and I was doing a little bit of research on him and sort of his, kind of life biography and what he was into. And apparently, he was really interested in classical composers, particularly Mozart, I guess.
Makes
And
sense.
so then I thought, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, his name.
A lot of
is
shredders
Van
are
Halen.
into classical music.
Oh yeah. No, well, Van Halen was like, I mean, his guitar playing has a lot of classical kind of sounds to it sometimes, And
I've heard.
I thought, would he have been, had he been like born in, pre 1900s, like in the 1800s or earlier, would he have been like a famous composer? And then I started thinking, which composers of the past would have been rockers of today, had they been alive today? So then I started looking up like different composers' portraits and things, and I was just like, okay, like hands down, number one, like there's just no doubt in my mind that the number one rocker composer of them all for sure is Brahms. Like he is a total just hipster if you look at him.
Who's
And
Brahms?
I was gonna kind of Brahms? Oh,
yeah.
he's a composer, a famous composer.
All right.
But
By the way, Laura, aren't you gonna do a guessing game? There
I was
too?
okay. So I wanted to be able to like go through these composers with you guys and just have us all sort of evaluate which ones were rockers and which ones were not.
Well, let's
what I
try
mean?
to
do
guess
it.
their names
But
too.
I could not.
Totally
I'm
do
not.
it.
So I'm unable to share my screen with you guys and with everybody else. So it's like I feel like my solution to this game is that I'm just gonna pull up the images on my phone, and you guys can just either guess who they are, because I feel like you're not gonna be able to see the detail. You know what I mean? To be able
Well,
to
guess who
really
they
say,
are
like,
and if they could be a
rocker or not.
rocker.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
And
All
if
right,
you're
fine.
watching,
So,
if
yeah.
you're watching too, play along. Put it in the comments
All right.
if you think you know who
Okay,
it is.
guess who they are, and can they be a rocker? Would they be a rocker?
Okay, I'm getting.
Is that Schubert?
Yes, good job,
Yeah, I'm
Brent.
the master,
Good
dude.
job.
I'm the master.
Now,
know what?
rocker,
No,
I would
I-
have to say hell no. To that, I would have to say hell no.
Wait, who
Well-
is
See,
this?
I wish you could see this better.
Laura, no. The
Schubert.
closer you get, the
Who's
the
Schubert?
bad it is. Okay, that's better. No. Actually, yeah, tilt it. If you
You know,
tilt
it's funny. It's
we
like
see it. But who is
Okay,
it?
so
Who's
that's a
Schubert?
I don't
Schubert.
see him being a rocker. He seems more sort of conservative in a sense,
he definitely seems more conservative, but like.
Even though he does have those very
But
liberal.
here,
fibers.
but then here's the. Let me
Dominic.
just show you.
Thank
oh,
you,
no.
Laura. I'm speaking.
Yeah.
Who's Schubert?
Oh well,
he's,
there's
you know,
he's
famous-
basically there's an ice cream flavor named after him.
Oh,
called
Sherbert.
Rainbow
Yeah,
Sherbert.
Sherbert. Yeah.
This is a
Schubert
young
is a
Schubert.
composer.
Okay.
I feel that in his youth he could have been on his path to potentially finding his rocker self, but instead
Is that
he
Chopin?
became.
Is that Chopin?
No, that's Schubert. That's a young
Oh,
Schubert.
that's Schubert. Oh,
Max
feel like
guessed
he-
correct as well. He's watching.
I feel
Max
like
guessed.
he could have been like starring in The Social Network or something.
I think
like
he
that.
was a fan of rock at that point, but
right, at
then
that point.
he eventually just kind of got older and more conservative.
He's a bit of a
Exactly.
twink, actually. He's a bit of a twink.
Well, that's
Even-
when he was truly named.
Well, oh,
Rainbow
wait, we
Schubert.
are-
That's back
Guys,
when
we're
he was
gonna get to
Rainbow
the
Schubert.
twinks.
Oh, that's
That's
not
when
a
he was-
twink.
The twinks.
Tell me that's
Okay,
not a
here's
twink.
who.
That's when he
This
was
is-
Rainbow Schubert.
Okay, I guess this isn't exactly a twink, but I feel that this is a person who could have definitely been in it, like an emo band or maybe even like a Radiohead type of scene.
Hmm.
Who is this?
Let me. No, tilt it. If you tilt it,
Mm-hmm.
they will come.
I see. Oh well, you gave away the name.
Oh no!
Vivaldi.
Shoot! Don't say if you see it. I know it's hard for me not to do that.
That makes sense that it's Vivaldi.
Well, Vivaldi was, as they say, that he was the total rock star of his time.
He does look like it. He does kind of look like
And he
that.
does. Who
By
would
the
he
way,
have been
Laura,
in a later time? Like
The
maybe in
real
a
rock
Queen
star
type
was
of band?
Liszt. Apparently Liszt, by
Liszt?
the way, Laura.
Oh, yeah. I think I found that out. Well, no, Brahms, though. You know, Brahms was a total playa, as they say.
Well, no, Liszt was too. Actually, they had panties on the stage and stuff.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I think so. Yeah.
But Brahms had an affair with Schumann's wife. So there you go. Now, let's see. Who might this now? Okay, let me just say this. Here's a picture.
We got some
of
wrong
someone.
guesses up in here. Steph guessed Chopin. Nick Stargue tuning in. Hey, he was here last week, but he's tuning in. He says Paganini. Paganini.
No, No.
Who is that?
Okay,
I don't know any of these guys, to be honest.
Oh, well,
Uh-oh.
they're, famous composers. Okay, I'm going to show you another one. This is somebody who I feel like at this age had the potential to be a rocker.
To be a twin.
Wait, turn it. Oh, okay.
Oh, a little up because you're really giving it away here.
Well, you just gave it away,
Don't-
Laura.
I-
I
darn
couldn't
it.
help but see
Here,
it, unfortunately.
here's what you do. You,
Damn
you
it, I'm
click
trying
it.
to cover it.
No. If you click it, if you just click it once, it gets rid of the text.
That
Yeah,
looks like she did it. I think she did it.
Oh, you're right. Damn, okay.
Okay,
That's what you
anyway,
guys
that
are
looks...
doing.
Yeah, you're right. That is a rocker on the way.
That's a future rocker.
It almost looks
but
like...
let's see what
a
he
fan
turned out
of,
to be.
AC/DC or something.
It could have been. I had that same thought, but then here's what he became. Not a rocker, but
Now
Or a
he was
fan
looking
of
very
Kiss.
feminine there, actually.
Fan of
an
Kiss.
angry judge. I feel
That's Bach. That is Bach right there.
that is Bach, and that is what he turned into.
I knew that
God.
was Bach.
He's just
Far beyond
Okay,
his twink
but-
days. You first showed his twink days, and that was not what we were looking for there.
I mean, this is like, okay, this is mid-level. This is a kind of mid-range Bach, and I'd say he was still on his way to becoming an angry judge at this stage as well.
Steph
That's
guessed. Steph guessed Shirley Temple.
Oh, yeah, right. The young Bach. No.
Yeah.
They're
Right,
seeing
right,
everything
right.
before us.
Young Bach looks
Okay.
like a fan of Kiss, actually, more than AC/DC.
Oh, you think so? Young Bach? Are you
Young
looking
Bach
it up
looks
right
like
now?
a fan of Kiss.
Are you guys
even though
looking
he
these
doesn't
up on
wear
your
makeup, but...
Okay,
No,
now
I'm not
here's
looking at
someone who, okay, this is an interesting picture who I feel like I just don't know. What he
Okay,
is
I'm liking
and
the
what his
style.
future holds.
In fact,
That's
I
going
love
to be
the style.
Mozart right there.
That's correct.
That's the young Mozart.
And while, he was definitely a bit of a rocker of his time.
For sure, he was.
I mean, he definitely partied, as they say.
Sure.
I
But,
can't help but,
it's
is this inspired by the movie that we watched, or was this truly just out of the blue you felt like, I want to look at rockers of the ages?
Well, it was inspired by Eddie Van Halen's death.
I know,
but,
but like, what an appropriate segue you're
this
making
is-
for us.
A later Mozart, who I feel is just, well, look, the fact is he has
He's
a
a rocker,
disgusted
for
look
sure.
on his face, and he is kind of disgusting.
No, he's definitely like a
Say.
rocker.
Well, you know what? The way you guys are seeing it is a much more attractive version than the actual picture itself.
You know what it is?
You can't
You know
see the
what makes
details.
somebody a
This is what
rocker?
he looks like.
Yeah. Well, that's a rocker face in a way.
He looks disgusted. Yeah. Okay.
By the way,
you guys
you
want to
know-
see the ultimate rocker, though?
Bach
Yeah,
was
let's
a very religious. By the way, Bach was a very religious guy, Johann.
This is a final round.
right.
This is
I
for
mean, he
all
was
the points.
Who is this?
That looks like, is that Franz Liszt?
No.
No.
Francois Hardy. Francis Ford
And
Coppola.
let's just say right now, I mean, this guy's he's a rocker, is he not? I mean, he's like pretty hot, I'd have to say.
Francisco
Like if I saw him now,
Sen.
I'd be like,
Oh, is that
who'd
your
that be?
Brahms?
That is my Brahms. That is my
Brahms?
Brahms, who famously
Is
had
this
an affair
Brahms?
with Schumann's wife.
Is this Brahms?
And let's just see what else he looks like here.
He definitely looks like more of an indie type.
Well, actually, I feel that this guy is a total indie type. Who is this?
Is that a
He's like a
Oh,
60s mod band type of
Robert Smith.
wait? Is that the same guy?
guy. No.
That's a different guy, new guy.
New guy.
If that ain't Robert Smith, I have never seen a Cure in my life.
Let me think. I'm trying
I
to think.
shouldn't have told, or I should have saved some information.
By the way, Laura, if you
tell
want to see
that.
more a rocker, look up Debussy. I think he looks kind of like
I did
an
look up Debussy,
independent
and I did
musician,
not
like an
feel-
independent musician. Maybe not a rocker, but
I felt that Debussy had more of like a kind of nerdy look, from what I recall.
Nick is guessing Debussy.
It's not Debussy.
No,
Debussy?
that is not
Debussy?
Debussy. That is not
Debussy?
No,
Debussy.
Debussy. I
Debussy.
know
That's not
exactly.
Debussy.
I know what
Debussy.
Debussy. I know what Debussy
Okay.
looks
Debussy.
like.
By the way, oh wait.
I know what Debussy looks like hardcore because I know his face.
Chopin?
Here, did
Wait,
you-
Max says Chopin, but I don't know if that was for a previous one.
Oh, it's Chopin.
Who is
Oh,
this?
Chopin.
No, do you want me to tell you?
It's
You
not
can't-
that's
you
not
give up?
Chopin though.
No,
That's
that's not Chopin.
Chopin.
Do you give up?
I mean,
Wait, is that
chat, you got any
is
guesses
that
or what?
Johann Strauss?
No. It's not. It's the guy who Brahms cheated on with his wife. Do you remember who
Oh.
that was? Who was that?
Schumann.
The classic fact.
Schumann. What you talking about?
It's like this Schumann.
Schumann.
Big up, Schumann.
Exactly. But let me as a segue, I just want to show you one last picture of somebody who I strongly feel
You should have
is
done Chopin.
and was
Laura.
a rocker in his
Laura, you should have
time
done
and
Chopin,
in
and
this time.
You should have
No,
done
I did.
Chopin.
I have all these people, but we don't have time for all of
Okay.
it. So, but here's the one last one I want to show as a segue because I do feel that he was a rocker back then and he's a rocker today. Who'd that be?
Beethoven.
Exactly, Beethoven, Ludwig van, and
No, he's definitely a rocker.
it's funny because they were like, well, yeah, in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, he just straight up does rock, as we will discuss in this.
We
next
will
segment.
discuss. I do. Oh, well, there's one quick little segment I do want to do real quick before we get to that, though.
But who does he look like, by the way?
Hmm?
Ludwig van. Who does he look like? Who does he resemble as a rocker? Like, which rocker band would he be in, would you say? I'd say
Rollins.
Henry
Rollins band.
I'd say Van Halen.
Oh.
Anyway, okay, keep going.
Oh, Max says that Brahms only had an intent. Max Weinbach, for those who are not in the family, again. Brahms only had an intense platonic relationship with Clara Schumann.
Oh, I heard they straight up had a hookup.
He says otherwise. He says, Dominic, you should correct Laura about Clara Schumann.
Well,
Max
Max
I guess
knows.
Max would know. He would know.
No, Max knows. He knew Brahms personally.
Max knows.
He grew up with it.
Max
Wait,
knows.
he grew up.
Max
he grew
knows.
up.
Max knows. Max
Okay,
knows.
fine. Look, you know what? History
Maximum knows.
is
Okay.
in the eye of the beholder. Maybe they tried to like make it seem like that. Some patriarchs tried to make it seem like they only had an intense romantic relationship to save
noses.
face.
All right, you guys, we got some movie news. We got some brief movie news, and then we're going to move right into Bill and
They were
Ted 3.
noses.
A couple pieces of news have broken open, and I would say the biggest one, the number one thing I want to talk about real quick, is Borat 2 is real, and it's coming October 23rd via Amazon Prime. Follows, of course, the 2006 classic film Borat, which grossed over $260 million. So it was like a worldwide phenomenon, you could say. And apparently it was all filmed this year, and with the intention of being that it would come out before the election. And we had talked about this a couple episodes ago, but at that point it was just leaks and rumors. But they have confirmed it, and I just wanted to see what you guys thought of it. Are you looking forward to it?
Confirmed what?
Borat 2.
Borat 2, yes. I'm very excited. Sorry, I zoned out for a second. I'm very excited. I can't wait.
Borat 2 is coming
like,
out.
well, I like to use liquid Borat for my clothes, like when I'm cleaning them.
So you're
And
excited for the
I'm
latest
happy
edition.
that there's going to be a liquid Borat 2 because
Yeah.
maybe that could do the extra job that I need.
It gets in deeper than ever
Yeah.
before.
That deep clean.
Deepest.
Can be used on pubes.
It can be.
Got that Kazakhstanian stench.
See,
Anyways,
that's like the people from Kazakhstan don't like it.
the movie.
I mean, I'm sure they don't.
Well, who
They
knows? Who
don't.
knows?
They definitely
They're
don't.
they're getting jokes like you being like, it's got that Kazakhstanian stench.
No, I meant that in a good way.
Okay.
I was like,
I love being referred to as somebody who has a stench of any kind.
oh, it's got this like real flowery,
very flattering
real
word.
flowery stench to it. I love it.
Do not
Oh, it's got
the
this
word
really
stench.
fruity. It has this really floral stench. I love it. Oh my God, that smells. Oh,
Imagine
Mom,
going
is
on a
that
first date.
Is that a pumpkin
with
pie?
somebody.
Oh, the stench of that pumpkin pie is just really. I'm just loving it.
I can imagine you going on a first date with somebody sitting next to her going, she's like, what are you doing? You're like, I'm just smelling your stench.
No, it's
I
like
love
this.
it.
It's like this. I love your stench.
But that's not outside the realm of possibility. I mean, many people.
Oh, it's totally doable for
Wait,
you.
hold on a second. Your stench is just amazing. What is that? Is that a?
It's like, your stench is gorgeous.
Your stench is amazing. Is that Borat 2?
It is. It's coming
The new
out.
cologne, or it's the new perfume, or something like that.
It's like a new men's deodorant.
It's like Old Spice kind of.
Exactly. That's exactly what I envisioned.
I use Borat 2.
So what do you use? I use Borat too. I've been using it for years.
Yeah.
Well, you'll get to use Borat 2 on October 23rd. Amazon Prime. It's coming out. Make sure you check it out. I'm very excited about it.
Wait, wait, when?
October 23rd. Did I say November? I meant October 23rd.
Yeah.
It's coming
I'm
out in
excited.
just a couple weeks, actually. So we're getting
Great.
ever so close.
Can't wait.
And then
I mean,
one other.
what is he gonna do? I wonder.
I mean,
I know
the
Mike
trailer's
Pence
out.
is in it.
Did you see the trailer?
Oh, no, I did not.
You should check out the
actually. I didn't
trailer.
realize it was- oh, cool.
I mean, the only thing that we really know is that Borat, the character of Borat, is going undercover because he's so famous from the first movie.
I know, I knew that.
So
I
it's
knew that.
Sacha Baron Cohen, the actor, playing Borat,
Doubly-
playing other people.
Right,
Like,
he's
in
I
disguise.
saw the
doubly
trailer.
disguised.
Yeah. Oh, what did you think of it, Brent?
I mean, it looked cool. I mean, I'll check it out.
Yeah,
I like.
excited.
I mean, Sacha Baron Cohen is one of my favorite
Yeah.
comedic.
He's so good.
My favorite comedians. He's so hilarious. He's great.
Incredible. I can't wait.
I would go so far as to say he's brilliant.
He's
Yeah.
brilliant.
There's also
He's
another
hilarious,
trailer
yeah.
that just came out for another film I'm very excited about that I just wanted to give a quick little shout out to called Mank. Have you heard about this, either of you? By
Mank?
David Fincher. Mank, M-A-N-K.
Oh,
But it's a new film by David Fincher. David Fincher, he did plenty of acclaimed films. Seven,
Fight Club,
Fight Club,
Seven,
Zodiac.
the Express Yourself music video by Madonna.
He
Um,
did-
Uh-huh.
you know your shit. Yeah, it's true.
He knows his as S-H-I-T.
The Social Network, which I think we were talking about earlier. But
Oh, did he do that?
He did, yeah.
I thought
Aaron Sorkin wrote it.
Yeah, David Fincher directed. He usually just directs. He doesn't often write.
Yeah.
But David Fincher is releasing his new film called Mank, which is about it's a biography about the screenwriter Herman J. Mankiewicz and his battles with Orson Welles on set of Citizen Kane, the 1941 classic. Many view it as one of the greatest films ever made. And so this is about the kind of behind the scenes writing struggle of that film. Anyways, I mean, when I heard about the movie, I was like, okay, could be good, could be bad. But I saw this trailer and I was like, holy shit, this looks incredible. The footage it looks amazing. I mean, I don't know, I got really excited after I watched the trailer, so I definitely recommend people check out the trailer for Mank. It's coming out pretty soon, coming out December 4th on Netflix too. So it should be pretty available for people to check out for, at least the price of Netflix. Yeah.
By the way, another fun, notable thing he directed was not just the Express Yourself video by Madonna, but also the Vogue.
Oh,
video.
Father. Which one?
Vogue.
Yeah, Oh, Father as well.
All really
He
good
did a
videos.
ton of stuff, man.
Jared L. Floyd asks, can they see our comments? And I say to that, yes. Yes, we can.
I'm not looking at the comments personally.
I
will-
can't see them all the time. I'm checking in on
The reason
them
I'm not
every
looking at the
once
comments
in
is
a
I want to
blue.
be fully engaged with.
No, I want you to
Dominic
be.
and Laura.
Right.
And I want you to be in
With
it.
me?
And I will certainly let you know what next Jared has to say. But
Yeah,
Jared,
just
this is
relay,
your first time
just relay the
commenting.
stuff. Relay that stuff.
Jared,
Yeah,
I mean,
relay that.
what
Is that
have-
Jared from Subway?
This is the Jared. I mean, he's tuned in.
You heard
and
us
he's
talking
wondering.
about. He's an artist. We heard us talking about Subway and Jersey Mike's, and he
Cookies.
thought, okay, I got to get in on this, and then there you go.
So Jared, let us
100%
know if you
your
have.
opinion.
Jared
Let us
Leto.
know.
You said Jared let us know. It sounded like you said Jared let us know. It sounded like you said Jared Leto.
Mhm. It is Jared
Jared
Leto.
Leto. It sounded like you said Jared Leto.
Jared
Jared
let
let
us.
us know.
Wait, Jared
Jared lettuce.
Jared Leto.
Hi, my name is Jairus Let Us Know, and I'm here to tell you that I love
Hi, my
Fruity
name
Pebbles in
is-
a major way.
My name is Jarvis Lettuce. Oh, and
All right, you guys.
it's
I think it's the fabled
Jarvis
time.
Lettuce. Oh, like his last name, he just goes
It's
like,
just
oh, period. You know, Jarvis Lettuce. Oh, Esquire.
All right, you guys. I think it's time to move into
Okay.
the main topic of the day, which is Bill and Ted 3. Bill and Ted. Well, I guess more specifically, Bill and Ted Face the Music, which is the third film in the franchise Bill and Ted. The first film came out in 1989. It was called Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. The second film came out in 1991, and it was called Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. And now, 30 plus years later, we get Bill and Ted Face the Music. It's directed by by Dean Parisot. Well, more or less. I mean,
It's actually
Not 30
30,
plus.
30 minus. It's 30 minus years.
30 minus.
right, 30 minus. You're right. I guess
Minus
29. I guess if we want to just really get accurate, it's 29.
30 minus
Oh, is
1
it?
years later.
Wow, is it really 29 years? Oh my god.
29 motherfucking years later.
That is fucked up, as I say.
So obviously this is a huge gap between the first two movies, which came out fairly back to back. Stars Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter reprising their
Waters.
roles, reprising their roles as Bill and Ted from the first two films. This was directed by Dean Parisot, who also directed Galaxy Quest, Red 2, Charlie Country, and Fun with Dick and Jane, of which I have seen none. So this was my first Dean Parisot adventure. Have you guys seen any of his other films?
I saw the original Fun with Dick and Jane with Jane Fonda and George Siegel. You know, George Siegel, is that his name? And I saw that recently over this last several months.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I
He
think
also
he
directed
did the
Home Fries.
Home Friday. Well, he
We're talking about Dean Parisot?
yes, and he
Yeah.
did the remake, which with Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so Bill and Ted Face the Music. We all watched this movie. If you haven't seen the movie and you're tuning in, you can keep on watching. We're not going to talk any spoilers in the beginning of our review, and then after a certain amount of time, we will get into the plot. But we'll make it clear that we are going to discuss plot points, so you can either choose to tune out or keep watching if you don't care about spoilers. But we will talk spoiler free. And to start, Brent, why don't we start with you and maybe give us a little backstory as to whether you've seen the first two movies and what you thought of them.
Yeah.
What are you cracking up about, Laura? Did I
Just the
misspeak?
way he was like, you were like, Brent, he was like,
Oh, okay. All right.
So, yeah, I, saw Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, around the time it came out. And although I don't think I saw that in the theater. I saw it on video first, I think. It was, I like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and I like Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. I like those movies a lot, I'd say.
oh, you don't love them?
I think they're pretty great. I think they're really funny and cool, and
But you wouldn't
I
go so
think
far
they're
as to
just
say
they're
you
great,
love?
And I mean they're really, I mean they're hilarious. I mean Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey is really funny too. But
Do you reserve
anyway,
the
they're
word
cool,
love for
creative
very
movies.
few
What?
films? Do you only reserve the word love for very few films, or?
I mean I don't know. I mean I don't know, but yeah, I'd say that. I'd say I would reserve it for fewer films, I guess. But
Wow.
anyway, so. And look, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure played in the house a lot, because of my brothers, and I guess
And me.
Laura a little bit too. Anyway, wait, can I talk about what I think of the movie though too?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
that's
So
what you're
here's the
supposed to
thing. I would say I'm a fan, a pretty big fan of the original
Mhm.
part of the franchise. So I was, I didn't have high expectations because I don't have high expectations for movies that are rehashings of old things and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So it's not like I had high expectations, but I would say that, and I don't like to be negative. So I'm just going to sort of talk about this in ways that don't sound too negative. But
And
what
it's
I thought
fine if you
about
want to be. I mean, positive or negative.
I know, I just don't like to put that out there, but
Okay.
people ultimately, no matter what I thought of a movie, people did work on a movie and put time into it. And I don't know, I don't want to discredit that, but I'll say this. For starters, let me start with some good things. For starters, I liked the opening couple scenes. I kind of thought, yeah, okay, this looks like this is going to be pretty funny. There's, I thought the scene at the wedding, there's a wedding in the beginning. Oh, I mean, this isn't spoiling anything. I just know that because it's in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
But there's a wedding scene in the beginning. I thought it was funny. There was some funny stuff going on. The father's facial expressions are funny, and there's kind of a twisted joke that is going on in the beginning. But this is not a spoiler. I'm just going to say that in the beginning of the movie, Deacon, who's the younger brother of Ted, he's now marrying Missy, who was at one point his stepmom, and also at
Bill's
one point
stepmom.
Bill's stepmom, and
Oh yeah.
and then also at one point they went to high school together with too. I mean, she's 3 years older than them, so it's kind of funny that now the brother is marrying this person who his dad was married to at one point. That's kind of funny, and who also was too young for the dad anyway. Anyway, that I thought that was kind of a funny, kind of somewhat dark but funny joke. And then anyway, it was a funny scene. And then the next kind of scene later is, or sort of afterwards, they're in couples therapy with their wives, and that was really funny too. There was some funny stuff in there, and I kind of thought that after that it kind of loses. It loses a sense of presence, I feel like. So here's the thing. This is a big issue with the movie, was that it just was a conversation. It was just scenes of just conversations and Bill and Ted playing dress up basically in different costumes. But there wasn't a lot of, I didn't really get any sense of time and place really for anywhere they went or any of the scenes after that. So in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, when they go to the Old West, you really feel it. It feels like you're in the Old West. You see the outdoors and the indoors, and there's a mini plot that happens in the Old West. There's some guys they have to get away from, and then that happens in the medieval times as well.
And it's like action packed.
Yeah, and there's stuff that happens in those times. You get a feel for it. In this movie, I didn't get a feel for any time periods they went or any scenes at all. It was just these one room exchanges, and nothing really happens except them talking or whatever. So it lacked that sense of presence. What it also seemed to lack was a voice. The movie didn't really have, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, there's a voice to it. It's a rock movie. The voice of the movie is Van Halen. Speaking of, Van Halen, and metal. It's a metal Van Halen-y rock kind of movie, and the soundtrack with all the licensed music in it gives it this real voice, right? But in Bill and Ted's Face the Music, there was no voice. There was no voice to the movie. It was just this generic thing where it seemed like they were trying to cater to a bunch of different audiences, maybe. That was another kind of thing that it seemed like it was trying really hard to cater to a modern woke kind of audience or something like that, where there was just all the world leaders are women now. In the future all the I don't know, am I spoiling anything? I don't know, but also just a lot of the historical is this spoiled? I don't think it's spoiling.
No, I think we could even just say really briefly just what the setup of the movie is too, which is Bill and Ted have discovered that they need to write a song to save all of time, all of humanity. And so they go forward in time, and that's when they realize the crisis that's going on. They go through a time machine. They go, I think, 700 years in the future or something, and then they get this information that they must write the greatest song of all time. And so then they're kind of traveling between all these different times, trying to figure out how they could possibly write the best song. And they have daughters now as well who are also helping out in this adventure. So yeah, I don't think it's a
who were
spoiler.
originally supposed to be sons, apparently.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so again, that was changed to women, and then and whatever. It's fine, but it was just, and there's a lot of diversity in this movie, but it seemed forced to me because it seemed like it was trying really hard to be diverse and then also just I think that went along with the voice of the movie too. It was just this generic kind of voice that. Who is this supposed to appeal to? That's not the problem. It's not about it appealing. It's just that there was no defined voice that didn't give the movie any kind of flavor. It didn't make it feel like it just didn't feel like it felt so just. It felt empty. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not trying to sound negative, but it's just that Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. There's a feeling to the movie. There's a voice. Anyway, and another thing I would say about the movie is that Alex Winter, I think, did a pretty good job recreating the energy of the Bill character. But I feel like Ted or Keanu Reeves wasn't quite. I'm not I'm not going to say this is, to me, Ted is the perfect role for Keanu Reeves, right?
Yeah. And it was his breakout, was it not?
That's yeah. And it's that's the perfect role for him, and yet there was a sort of stiffness that I feel like maybe has come from, I don't know, but it made me feel like it was John Wick trying to play Ted or something like that. It just didn't feel like Ted. And
he's come too far from his roots. He's an action star now.
There was a sort of stiffness that just wasn't, it made it so that that chemistry of Bill and Ted sort of didn't feel like it was as there as it was in the old movies.
Mhm.
And I don't know, not to mention there were some other performances in the movie. I'm not going to get into it too detailed because I don't want to sound too negative, but there were some other performances in the movie that really, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like they were not quite kind of there.
Yeah. And we might
They were
get
like,
into it.
I mean, I would say far from there, I would say.
Laura, what are your first impressions of Bill and Ted Face the Music?
Ditto on everything Brent said. I pretty much have nothing else to add to it other than, I mean, I fully agree with everything that he's said about this movie, and he made all the same kind of points that I really do feel to be true. But I will say, well, it's just interesting because every Bill and Ted's movie was directed by a different director. So the first one was directed by Stephen Herrick, who also directed Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, which is a fun movie. And, you know, it has like a very, as Brent said, you know, specific tone and voice and feeling to it. And you really feel like immersed in that world. And everything that's in that movie caters to that voice. You know what I mean? It's all like it has a real artistic vision and direction, whereas I think it's true about this one where it just feels like it just has no artistic vision. It's not about the art, you know what I mean? It's about like creating another part of a franchise to maybe it feels like it's trying to cash in on the franchise without contributing to the franchise. You know what I mean? But what, Brent?
Sorry, can I just jump in one thing? I just wanted to say this. One other thing too was that, which is to go along with that, is that in the original Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, the historical figures seem real. They seem like they're actually that actually could be those people. You know what I mean? It seems like, you know. And in this movie, I felt like the historical figures didn't feel like that. They just didn't feel real to me.
Well, like
maybe with the exception of the Mozart guy, maybe.
Louis Armstrong was so
I don't even want to go there because I just don't even want to.
You don't even want to have to say anything bad.
It's just like, but I just felt like they didn't feel like realistic representations of these historical figures. And also, just one other quick thing is that, and actually one of them was a fictional kind of historical figure, actually, that was just made to, again, cater to some kind of diversity mandate or something like that, you know? But
I was wondering about if they were real or not, but we'll talk about that.
Not all of them were.
Well, no, one of them was not. But anyway, and then one other quick little thing, sorry, is that is about the realness. What was it? Shoot, I kind of lost it. Actually, go on. I lost it.
Just
I'll do this again.
Yeah. You know, I'll say this, like about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I ain't gonna lie, I actually did learn a lot about history from that movie. Like, I don't even think I knew who Genghis Khan was before I watched that as a kid, you know. And so, I now know who Genghis Khan is. I know who Socrates is. I know who Beethoven is. Okay, what?
This is what I was going to say. Oh shoot, I lost it again. I think.
Oh my God.
That's why I kind of am like, but oh shoot, did I lose it again? Damn it.
Meditate on that.
It's about the historical figures. Oh, I was going to say this. You know, in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, there's the main story of them traveling through time and trying to get these historical figures and stuff, right? But there's a B story, which is the younger brother Deacon has to take care of Napoleon. Right. And it's really funny. And there's just funny scenes with that, right?
So good.
And the guy playing Napoleon is funny. And the whole thing is funny, right? But in this movie, the B story, there wasn't a B story. There were two A stories kind of, which is Bill and Ted on their journey, and then their daughters were on this other journey. And it didn't feel like, it felt like they were trying to give equal time to both or something. And it made it feel like the movie, that what ended up resulting was that every scene was just these short little scenes, which I mentioned earlier, but it made it feel like we never felt anything because they were trying to make two A stories or something like that. I don't know, you know? Anyway.
Well, to add to that, I think what's cool about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is that they really used the premise of time travel and getting these historical figures in a fun way. They like expanded on what would happen. What would it be like to bring these historical figures into the present day? What would they do? And put them in these really awesome scenarios, like the mall sequence, which is a wonderful montage. And that's where we really get to see the characters come to life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because it's
exactly. You don't see anybody come to
you don't
life in
see
this
them
new
come to
movie.
life. Like, yeah, they're so kind of, they're like almost
Tenuous.
afterthoughts. Yeah, they're just sort of there as like placeholders to get to the plot points or something like that. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's not, I mean, it's like we know, and also as a viewer, I felt like, okay, we kind of know how this is going to end. So it's not about the plot for me. You know, I'm not watching this movie for the plot. I'm watching this movie for the fun. You know what I mean? And it just seemed like it didn't have a lot of fun stuff, because it could have been so much more fun playing with the time travel figures. You know what I mean? And putting
also
them in more new scenarios and stuff like that.
It did also seem cheap that it was just these rooms, you know, and
Right,
in
it
the
seemed like it
conversation
was-
was these rooms, whereas like, you know, like I said before, in these other ones, you feel
It seemed
the
low budget.
environments.
It feels like it was basically a low budget movie, and they didn't have the money to like do all the cool production
Well, I
stuff
think
they
they-
did in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, where
I think
they
they
really
put the
did
budget
develop.
into. I think they put the budget into the wrong places, because I
Okay,
wouldn't say it's like
maybe.
low budget, but it just comes across as like, instead of spending the budget on stuff that would have been really cool to see, they spent the budget on like CG kind of effects and
See,
I don't know, like the future realm was like more fleshed out than anything else, whereas it's like I cared way less about the future. You know, I wanted to see.
It felt
so
like
that-
it felt like a Disney Channel show to
Yeah.
me. That's
Uh,
what it read to me as. But go ahead, Dominic. You tell me, what did you? Oh, but also
Yeah,
just
just
one last thing. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, by the way, was also directed by a separate director, Peter Hewitt, who did not go on to direct anything else too notable from that I could tell. But that movie I thought was also really good, and I felt like it did kind of pull you in a different way than Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure did. But really was fun, but with exploring the characters and developing the characters that came into their world, like, you know, such as, I mean, the Grim
Such
Reaper,
as-
who totally had a voice and had, you know, a lot to offer to the viewers. Go ahead.
It just felt like a bunch of cameos, you know. or
Yeah, it just
something.
felt like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Max, by the way, commented real quick that this movie had a $25 million budget. So there you have it.
Wow, really? Jesus.
Which is kind of small, I guess.
Oh,
It's,
is it?
it's
That
small
sounds
for
like
like
a lot to
it's
me.
small for a big movie, but
Well,
it's
I
big
wonder
for a small
what was
movie.
the budget for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
That I do not know.
I
but,
know. I wonder. I
one
wonder
of you
if it
should
would have
look it up.
compared like relatively.
And then
Okay,
I
I'll
will
look it up.
I'll let you know that I thought this movie well, I guess here's where I'll start. I haven't actually seen the originals.
Okay, 10 million by the way.
Despite knowing that
10
I
million.
probably should have.
Wow.
But I haven't seen the
I
originals.
was just going to ask you that question. I was just going to ask you that exact question. Have you
And
seen
here I
it?
am
But
answering.
10 million, and
Oh
yet
my
it
God.
feels like a bigger budget, you know?
I know,
Yeah,
10
yeah.
million. Wow.
Well, but also, I
Amazing.
mean, we're talking
but
about money
relative,
from
you know,
30,
relative
30
to the
years ago.
times.
Right.
You know, relative to the
That's
times,
true.
would you say that was like the same?
Actually, I don't
I
know.
don't
actually
think
would
so.
say
I
that's
think
probably
that would
about
be
the same.
less. Really?
Probably the same, actually.
Probably the same, maybe a
Mm.
little more, or maybe a little less. I mean,
It
the
sounds
old
like a
ones
lot
being
less.
less. Anyways, yeah. So I haven't seen the original movies. I've definitely seen clips though, because I recognized some of the stuff that they flashed back to in the very, very beginning of this movie. I was like, oh, I guess I maybe have seen more than I thought or something, because I did recognize certain aspects. But anyways,
You
I'm
gotta
pretty
see
sure.
those movies.
I know I should
know.
eventually.
They're great. They're great movies.
Just
Yeah.
watch part 1 immediately after this show tonight.
All right.
It's so fun. It's
But yeah,
really
so
one of the
watching this movie without too much context and without too much nostalgia or anything, I certainly
Right.
was just like, this ain't for me, you know. It's just this ain't it, you know.
Of course.
I can't in good conscience say I recommend this movie to
I can't in good
nary a
conscience
soul,
either.
nary a soul. It was not very funny. That's what it all
Right.
comes down to. It's just like,
Did you think those couple scenes in the beginning were funny?
I mean, I chuckled a few times throughout the movie. I chuckled at the reaction in the beginning at the wedding, yeah, and I chuckled at a couple of the things when they meet certain other characters that I'll talk about in a second. But like overall, I mean, I was barely holding on by a thread here. I mean, I was just like, I don't know about this. It's not like I was actively hating it or anything. I just was kind of bored and kind of just like, all right. I mean, cool. There's this person with the cameo, and here's that time period. Like, I didn't feel anything. I was just kind of like along for the ride, and it wasn't a very fun ride. And I just I can't say I recommend it at all. It just was kind of, I was like, uh-oh.
I'm not trying to say that. But hey, you said it. Hey,
I said it. I'm
not
fine
trying
with
to
saying
say
it.
it, but hey, you said it.
I think that anybody who's seen parts 1 and 2, you're probably gonna just want to see this just as a completion.
Well, to be completionist, but at the same time, it's definitely such a different feeling than those other two movies. Especially part 1.
It definitely felt like a movie without even the context of seeing the old movies. It felt like a movie that was trying to emulate the vibe of what an 80s movie would be, but completely missing the mark.
I wish it did. I wish it did that.
I
wish it tried to emulate the 80s. It did not, though.
It really felt like it didn't. Today.
Actually, I felt like it didn't feel like today, which was also a weird problem for me because it was like.
I felt like it was today.
It was today on the Disney Channel.
It was like
I didn't think it was
80s
today on
movie.
Disney. I thought it was just today.
I thought it was 80s today. You know what I mean? It was like an 80s movie trying to be today, but also trying to be 80s, but then therefore being nothing. Like
you mean a today movie trying to be 80s, but then not succeeding and therefore being nothing?
I mean, vice versa.
I don't know. I just felt like it felt like a modern movie that was trying to cater to modern things, and it was just modern.
And definitely Keanu Reeves was just like pretty cringeworthy. And
he was so stiff.
It's a bit, maybe it's just like age too in a way. I mean, they're kind of oddly still acting like 20-year-olds, and they're clearly like 50. You know what I mean?
But I actually thought Bill was not bad.
No, Bill was not bad.
Alex Winter?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was better. He was better. Yeah.
But I mean, next to Keanu, it was like, I guess, I don't know. I'm not trying to say anything bad either, but it's like, not that I haven't said bad things in the past, but I do feel bad now about that.
I like how you keep, both of you are like, you're like, I mean,
well, I don't like talking crap.
Bad.
It kind of sucks because like whenever I go on this podcast, it's always a movie that I don't have a lot of. I wish I could rave about a movie, come on this podcast and just rave about a movie. Well, I did earlier, I guess, but I mean, watch a movie and rave about it. I wish I could just rave.
Let's get you on just again and we'll watch a classic.
About a movie.
Or even a new movie that's really.
Absolutely.
No, we should do an old. I would be happy to do some more old movies that we haven't reviewed. Like classics or stuff like Stand By Me in that realm, because those are the kind of movies that the whole audience could really participate in conversation.
We did Stand By Me.
Laura, no, but more like that. Like I would love to do. I want to do One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest because I actually haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that movie?
No, I know.
What the hell?
I know. That's like Brent's Baby Jane.
But let's not get too deep into the woods here. Let's wrap up.
Laura, were you going to say, aside from Keanu, I don't want to say anything negative, but were you going to talk about two other actors?
About who?
Two other actors?
No. Oh, you mean the
He's trying to fish out some info.
I'm not saying that. I didn't say that.
He's not saying it, but he was wondering if you wanted to.
Talk about them?
I was going to brief over the daughters, but no, I wanted to just say I don't want to say anything bad about Keanu, but like Keanu feels like I don't know. Yeah, it was really weird because he just seems like he was so good in part 1. He was perfect. And he definitely seems like full of life in that movie. You know what I mean? Really, there's an energy to him.
His energy was John Wick, I feel like.
There's a couple comments that I want to bring to the attention of you two, Laura and Brent Weinbach.
Oh, not Bono on the Edge? I thought you meant Bono on the Edge.
I was thinking about it, but not them. I'm going to go ahead and say no to them. So Jared says, for me, it was a really good feel-good movie, like it was almost parodying itself, which I kind of agree with. And Max also has a correction. He's filling in our...
Oh, he's saying I have seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
He's saying you have, and you've seen it in your very room, he says. We watch it in your room.
Which room? Oh, wait,
yours,
in LA?
Your room. I don't know, probably when you were a kid or something.
I need to rewatch it, though.
I'm not saying you're not a kid now. I mean, you're 16 years old, but...
Clearly.
In your room.
Oh yeah, Brent was saying that my voice. So, by the way, just a side note, I've been going on like a lot more auditions for voiceovers and stuff lately, and I keep getting sent on these auditions for like 30-something-year-olds, and I'm like, what the heck? I mean, I feel like I could totally do, a younger person. Do you want me to do one?
Yeah, I was saying that Laura does have a deeper voice. That she does kind of sound. I could see her.
He thinks I'm more husky sounding.
But listening to you right
now,
it's
a rich, full.
Let me do like a youthful. This is my youthful voice.
Wait. Could you give us actually? I would like a couple ages. Could we start with?
Sure, start with the youth.
Let's start with We'll start with, but let's go like just 22 for now. Just 22. We might go younger, just as a reference point.
Hi, I just got out of college. I think I want to get into pharmaceuticals, but
You sound older. You sound older.
I gotta
Let
agree.
me do
You
it.
more or less just sound like
Okay.
you.
No, I studied.
Hi, I
studied
just got out of college and I got into pharmaceuticals. And
that's not.
I've been doing pharmaceuticals for the last 20 years now.
Let me do my older voice. Okay, this is my older voice. So I rented an apartment with my boyfriend Fred at the time, and I have to say, we were renting a duplex in San Francisco, and what happened was that he was in charge of finding the housemates that we would rent the rooms to. Now I will say this: I would never. Never have chosen the people that he chose.
Ooh, that
But what
moment right
happened
there.
was-
That was good. Hey, go ahead.
Exactly. What happened was that one day, Fred was at work. I think he was at work. He was modeling at the time. And
Are you gonna do this whole bit here?
I come home and I needed to collect the rent from the tenants. And so I knocked on the door. And the older woman, it was two women and their child. And up to a mother, a grandmother and a child. The grandmother answers the door. She opens the door and I see inside the room and oh my God. Horrifying.
All right, Laura, can we get 9 years
Black
old? I would
mold
like a
on the
9.
walls. Okay.
Can we
fine.
get 9 years old?
Wait, no, can I do like a 14-year-old?
Hold on, you didn't get to the good part, Laura. Black mold on the walls.
Black.
No.
Pictures
I
of
see black mold. I see black mold
magazine
on the walls.
cutout.
I see. I'm getting to it. Okay.
This is a prearranged bit.
I see. No, it's not.
It
I
is.
see cutouts on the walls of men, naked men cut out. I see cutouts from magazines of naked men on the walls. Some had just jeans on.
Okay,
And
all right.
I think anyway, the little boy liked to play with knives. I'll leave it at that.
All right, let's go. What would you want? 14.
Sure.
All right,
Yeah,
14.
so I mean, this is what I want my agent to hear. I've done this. I mean, on a video before, but it's sort of like a, "Hi, my name is Brenda, and I'm gonna go to the Fox Hills Brigade show tonight,
No.
and I'm gonna make out with my boyfriend there probably."
It sounds like an older
Hi,
woman.
my name is Brenda.
Now it sounds like an old lady. Now it sounds like an old lady.
I'm gonna go to the Fox Hills Brigade show tonight.
It sounds like an old lady.
That sounds like a bird.
Fine. What about if I just talk like this? Hi, my name is Brenda, and I like to watch Totally Tell Me. And
No. Try this, Laura. Go like this. Try to make your voice higher. Like this is how you sound young, Laura. Like this.
hi.
Hold on. Hello, my name is Lynn. Hi, my name is Linda.
That's actually good.
I'm 23 years old, and
That's
just
younger.
graduated from college. Oh hi, my name is Tim. And, I like to play with Jax, and I like to collect Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, and I like to go play jumping rope with my friend Charles, but I call him Chucky. And I said, "Hey Chucky, would you want to play jump rope with me?" He said, "Okay." I said, "Okay, bye." He said,
Hi, my name is Brenda.
And then it was on my birthday. On my birthday, he came to my house and we played pinata. And I hit the pinata, all the candy came out. And I got all the candy and all the Tootsie Rolls. I put them in my mouth.
What kind of candy did you get?
I got Tootsie Rolls and I put them in my mouth. And I munched them all up. And I had a big brown glob of Tootsie Rolls in my mouth. And it was juicy and I loved it so much. And then later, I went to the bathroom. And I went poo-poo. I went caca, and I looked at it. It looked like a Tootsie Roll all chewed up in my mouth. I don't know.
Very good. Very good. Bravo. I mean, I was transported to another time.
That was
It's transported. Wow. Okay, look. Maybe let's just wrap up this Bill and Ted thing real quick. Do we have any spoilers? I mean, I feel like there's almost nothing to spoil, really.
We're just trying to think if there is. I can't even think of if there is,
It's like almost, is it worth I don't know. Like, is it worth going to spoilers or not?
I don't think that. No,
I
it's
mean,
not worth
yeah.
going
What
to-
spoilers are there? It's just
Yeah.
pretty much the same thing
No,
the whole time.
What spoilers are there? The movie spoiled itself. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That's a joke.
Maybe we'll just leave it spoiler free. We'll make this one spoiler free.
There's no reason to.
Because I don't feel like
I have nothing more to add, honestly.
I have nothing more to add.
We'll keep this episode spoiler free then, so you're free to keep on watching.
I mean, I could add some stuff, but I don't
My
want
name
to.
is Rebecca.
I want to withhold from that. You know.
Yeah.
I will say this: I think some actors were trying too hard, and I think some actors were not trying enough. And I think that some of the or whatever. And anyway, whatever. Carry on.
Yeah. If you, by the way, if you saw the movie and you have thoughts on the movie, comment below, and I will read a couple of them.
I was gonna say, should you check in on the comments now? Let's
let's see. What have people said here?
We'll probably have to wrap up pretty soon, right?
We do have to wrap up. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up in just a couple minutes here. Typo Diabetes says spoiled diaper. That's
Typo
it.
Diabetes.
His name is Typo. His first name is Typo. His second name is Diabetes. And he says spoiled diaper.
Well, it's like type O.
Oh, type O.
Type
Oh my God.
O, period.
Wow. That's a real dummy on me. That's a dummy on me because I didn't even get that. Steph said sounds like phone sex. I'm assuming maybe what?
Right.
I think he's talking about my
Impressions
voice.
He's
Maybe
talking
the
about mine.
one
No,
of the
he's talking about
voices.
Diane. Oops, never mind.
What? And then Jared L. Floyd is back to say it sounds like Michael McDonald. I don't know who he was saying that to. I missed it live, but one of you.
Oh, really?
You guys don't know Michael McDonald?
I don't.
I do. Don't forget. Things will do. Oh, yeah. That's it.
Oh, Nikki has one last comment here. He says Brent never mentioned umbrellas of Cherbourg.
Cherbourg.
Cherbourg. That was
Sure.
very good too. That was a favorite too from the recent times. There was
cool.
a lot of favorites. His Girl Friday. I mean, look, His Girl Friday. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. The Thing. I mean, Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. I can go on and on. You know.
You watch movies. You do.
No, I mean those are really good ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. Okay, I think we probably should wrap it up here.
Hey, great
time
episode,
flies.
guys.
Time flies. Time flies when you're having fun.
Hey, but you know what? When you have a time traveling, whatever, forget it. When you have a time traveling photo, what is it called? A
Phone booth.
Phone booth, yeah.
Photo
then whatever, you know.
You are talking from the 2000s here, boy. Photo booths up in here.
Yeah. So if you don't know, totally tell me. We post every 2 weeks, every 2 Sundays at 7 p.m. Our next episode is October 25th at 7 p.m. and we're gonna have Kendra McKinley, a fellow musician, on. She's been on before, but she will be returning. So you can watch us live on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. So follow us on whatever streaming platform you prefer. And eventually we're going to post these on podcast platforms, but as of late we have not. But look, Brent, it was great to have you. I'm seeing some potentially gang signs. It's unclear.
Thank you for having me. I mean, thank you for having me. You know, it's like, thank you for having me. And yeah. No, that was fun. That was fun, guys. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, great to have you back on, and we'll get you on another time to make sure you get a movie that you like. And Laura, you had something to say. Laura.
I did.
Oh, I thought you went like this. This is.
I
you.
didn't say. By the way,
that's me saying bye.
By the way, I did not say that I disliked. I didn't say I disliked that movie, Face the Music, or that I thought it was bad or anything like that. I did not say that. I didn't say that I thought
That
it was.
is utterly ridiculous.
I didn't say that.
Don't
that
even
movie
try to
was,
front.
I didn't say that movie was very bad. I'm not saying what I thought really. I'm just saying that it didn't really. It didn't.
Don't try to manipulate your way out of it.
It didn't have an effect on me the way I'm saying. It didn't have an effect on me the way that the old movies did, and it didn't. It didn't resonate with me in the same way that the other movies did.
I'm just saying that too.
I'm not. But that's because I haven't seen the old movies, so there's my loophole. I haven't seen the old movies, so therefore I could not possibly compare the two. or 3. to
You
be
should
honest.
watch them. You should watch. You should definitely get on that. Ace.
You should definitely.
Wait. You know what? We could.
Sloth.
Well, I don't know if we should do an episode on part 1 or 2, but
I mean, this is more or less that episode, but I'll chime in on a future episode if I watch them. In fact, watch next time, and I will try and watch the other 2, and I'll chime in with my thoughts. So how about that?
A lot of
How
fun,
about
guys.
that?
A lot of
Lot of
fun.
fun.
Anyways, Brent, thanks for being on. Laura, as always, thanks for co-hosting with me, and we'll be
thank
back.
you for hosting and doing all the work and all that. Appreciate it. I really
Yo, check it out, man. Check out the backlog of all the episodes of Totally Tell Me. You know,
am.
Hell yeah, brother! I mean, it's on it's on.
where can we find it? Where can we find it? iTunes.
That's
Yeah.
right. You do my work for me, but you can find them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher,
Rate and review
SoundCloud.
it.
Rate and
Rate
review
and
that
review it.
shit. I
Are
mean,
these new live stream ones available on the audio streaming platform?
you know what? Not yet, but the plan
Oh.
will be yes.
They better be.
They
I
better
will.
be.
They will make their way over there, but as of now, we are figuring that out. As in, I am figuring that out.
I
but
can
we
help.
will. Yeah,
And if you want to check out some other podcasts, I have a
Yeah,
video
yeah.
music podcast I do monthly called the Legacy Music Hour.
Mhm.
You know, you can check out all the episodes on legacymusichour.com, but you can also check out the last, 300 or something like that on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts.
300
And-
episodes?
Well, there's more. There's these mixtapes that are music-only mixes of some of the episodes, and
Oh.
those kind of count. So, but iTunes only can display a certain amount of things. But anyway, if you want to go through all of them, that goes back to 2010 was when we started it.
Wow.
We've been doing it for 10 years. Yeah, legacymusichour.com. I also do this weekly podcast called the Poundcast,
yeah.
and you can find that wherever you do stuff.
I recommend
And,
it. It's very
That's
good.
and then also I have this other one that I do sort of sporadically called Pointed Questions.
Love it.
So
These
I
are all
listen.
Brent Weinbach podcasts.
Yeah, they're great. I
And-
also recommend.
One last just word to the wise. Check
Wait,
out
actually-
the new Laura and Anton song, Castles in the Air. It just came out this past Tuesday. And the new Foxtails Brigade song is going to be coming out a week from this coming Tuesday. Stay tuned for that.
Brent, I have a question. Legacy
Yes,
Music
Sean?
Hour. How?
Yes, Sean?
At what point? Is there a year cutoff here? Like, what's the Legacy Music Hour for? I assume.
what does
well, I
legacy
know-
mean?
Yes.
What does
yes,
legacy mean?
Yes.
Legacy is basically third and fourth. For us, it's third and fourth generation video games.
Mhm.
Video games. So music from third and fourth generation.
Would that be PlayStation
What that
1
means
era?
is, what's that?
Like PlayStation 1 era would be fourth or no?
No, that's fifth generation.
fifth, okay.
PlayStation 1 would be fifth generation. The fourth generation would be Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
Mhm.
Huh.
Now, if you
And-
ever do add PlayStation 1 era, that's my era, and I would
Right.
I would be honored, in fact.
Right.
To,
Well, every now and then we do an episode. We do episodes. We've probably done 4 total in the last, or 5 total in the last 10 years. We do episodes that are beyond the fourth generation, so it's fifth generation and up. So that you might get something you're interested in there.
have you done Metal Gear Solid? Like the
I think Rob has, my co-host Rob, he has played a track from Metal Gear Solid, I think.
okay, cool.
But yeah, we've covered some we've covered some good tracks from fifth and on, you know. But
Right
yeah,
on,
third
right on.
generation is Nintendo and Sega Master System. Second generation, actually, second generation counts too. It's just fourth generation and back. So
Mhm.
second generation is Atari stuff, and then first generation doesn't really have music, but it's like Magnavox Odyssey and stuff like that. So
Mhm. Right on.
I just saw a question that somebody asked. Jared asked, do we know of any good indie music podcasts? And I will say Song Exploder is very good. So check that out. It's like podcast
yeah.
that goes into, they interview different artists and
Well, they just also expanded into a Netflix show. Did you see that?
no.
It's on
That
Netflix
sounds
now.
cool.
It's basically
really?
the same thing, same hosts. They do it with visuals. Same deal though. But that is an excellent podcast.
Yeah,
Song
one
Exploder.
one of the episodes I recommend is the one with Bjork, where she talks about creating one of her songs. She's like, I really just wanted this texture of this song to really have a milky, creamy texture,
hey, look, if you want,
It's true.
but if you want to, I mean,
like
Indie
like a thick
music?
cream.
you can just listen, go to kxlu.com probably, or just search for KXLU's online thing, or you can also look at probably KALX's online broadcast,
Mhm.
or you can look at KCRW's
Mm-hmm.
online broadcast.
There you go. All right.
Not super indie, but hey, you know.
No, there's a lot of independent stuff on that.
And then my quick little plug that I'm just gonna plug it up, and then we're gonna get out. We're gonna plug and get out. Cyan, the short film that I made for the session, is gonna be showing at this Tuesday in person, socially distant outside at the Oakland Tribune. So it's this Tuesday at 7 p.m. So if you happen to live near Oakland, you have to RSVP, but the tickets are free. Very limited capacity because they're going to keep everybody distant, but you're basically like reserving your little pod to watch it in the parking lot. So I'm actually really excited about that. I'll be there in person. So if you haven't seen my short film Cyan, that would be a way that I would highly recommend you see it on a big screen. So yeah, check that out if you're interested. It's Drunken Film Festival Oakland. And I think their website is something similar to that. Not positive, but I think it's drunkenfilmfest.com. But if you Google Drunken Film Fest Oakland, it'll come right up. All right. Anyways, I think that truly will do it. That was the final butt plug of the evening. Brent, again, thanks for coming on. We would love to have you back. And this has been Totally Tell Me. We post new episodes every 2 Sundays. So follow us on either YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, and we will see you soon. Bye.